Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's episode 244 of the Audible Farm Podcast, and this episode is brought to you by the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Go to www.fdfineartsassociation.org to find out more about their cause. The Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association believes that the arts should be accessible to everyone, and so do we. So it's so great that we have them on board with us. You should check out their podcast. Their podcast is called FDT, comes out once a month, the first Friday of every month. And you can listen to it right here on this if you're listening on the audio version, or if you're on the video version, you can check it out on our channel or theirs. Make sure you give them a subscribe too. Totally worth a listen. The last episode was huge. It had Ben Allers on it. It is a great one. You guys got to check that out. This episode, I'm sitting down with Byron Stuart. Byron is legendary. Legendary Byrons in Pomeroy, Iowa. You all know it. You all love it. And if you don't know it, you're going to learn about it, because I'll tell you what, this was such a fun thing. Byron's was going to close, and the amount of attention that it got that this small town bar that had music every Sunday was going to close was insane. We talk about it in the podcast. We talk about how everything worked out in the end. Basically what happened, how it happened, how we got to where we're at, and how Legendary Byrons lived on. And I just love this episode. It makes me happy to know that things that seem bleak at one point in time, you just stick with it for a while, and 1 year goes by and everything works out. And this episode is great. It's very powerful. I love sitting down talking with Byron. He's one of the good guys. There's not many of them left out there, but he's one of them. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's episode 244 with Byron Stuart.
It's the Audible Farm Podcast with your host, Peter Stockdale.
I'm sitting down today with Byron Stuart. Byron, it is good to have you on the podcast.
Well, great to see you, Peter.
It's wild because it's been 5 years since you've been on the podcast.
Are you shitting me? It's been 5 years?
It's been 5 years.
Wow.
It was December 9th of 2020, if I recall correctly. It was episode 69, and this is episode 244.
Wow.
So that's about 50 a year, and then I didn't do it for about a year or so. So yeah, it's been a long time since you've been on the podcast, and a lot has happened.
Oh, yeah.
I actually was listening to the episode we did together on the way up here, and it was fun listening to how jovial you were talking about Byrons, Legendary Byrons. Everybody knows about it, but now it's different. We're in a different place. But it's still Legendary Byrons.
Yeah, I was really worried. What I enjoyed about Byron's, it wasn't so much the building. It was the family. Mm-hmm. It was the music. And that's all been able to come over to the new place.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. I watched the building go down, and I didn't even cry.
Oh, wow.
I that really kind of amazed me. But it was because I already knew I had this place, and
okay.
I know that Byron's is going to continue.
Yeah,
the music's going to continue. The family, it's really amazing. The regulars to Byron's are a family. They don't know that much about each other. They don't know the backgrounds or anything like that. They just know that they like live music. Mm-hmm. And they come here almost every Sunday, and it's a family.
Yeah.
Get a lot of hugs.
I love the thing about that. So I'm not a regular at Byron's, but I've been here enough to know that when I come here, it's these people are always here, and here's the people that are tape recording everything, and those people are always in the back, and they always have a pizza, and they're here every time I'm here. So I'm assuming they're here every week at Byron's. But even I came in here to do this podcast with you, and you have regulars that aren't necessarily the music fans, and it's these people are always here when I show up when there's no music here. So you have
I have two different crowds.
Yeah, two sets of regulars. It's kind of fun. So let's break down basically what happened. So you had to move, basically the old building you said came down.
Well,
so
here's my quick timeline on it. A year ago in December, I had to scramble to get enough money together to get to another year. And in December, the Pomeroy Town Council approved me for a liquor license. So I thought, okay, good. I got another year. I can go another year.
Yep.
And on January 2nd, they had me a letter that my building has been condemned. I had 30 days to get out.
Okay.
I
I
was totally devastated by that.
Yeah. I mean, it seems kind of blindsided, where you thought, like, I can understand. I bet it's like a bureaucratic thing where, like, the two sides of the government didn't talk to each other. And this wasn't malicious, probably, but it seems weird that they sold you a liquor license and then we're just like, okay, now we have to tear your building down, so figure it out. But at any rate,
I don't feel any maliciousness
Yeah.
to the town council at all.
yeah. And I mean,
We've worked together really good.
yeah. I mean, everything worked out.
Oh.
Everything worked out great,
I actually think I'm better off where I am now.
See, and that's one of the things I think the thing I thought about this was, like, I want to bring the podcast back. I got to talk to Byron, and I was just like, I'm going to let everything simmer as much as possible because I know this is just a thing that's better for everybody in the long run. And then I'll sit and talk to you. It's not like anyone was mad about it, but let's be honest. There was a lot of media attention about this bar in tiny Pomeroy, Iowa is going away. So let's just, like, stick to the thing that, like, you have to move out of the building. That's the facts. So you got to move out. I do want to say, like, if you go down the block, it's typical Main Street old style building, 3 stories tall. Everybody gets a slice. It's like 20 foot wide. It's about 80 foot deep. And there's a different building right next to that one and right next to that one and right next to that one. And I think you all shared a basement, if I'm not mistaken, or the foundation was all linked together. And
I couldn't get to the next building.
Yeah. But the general gist of those buildings is, like, if somebody doesn't take care of their slice, it kind of ruins it for the rest of the slices.
Yeah.
And that's just basically what happened. As small town downtowns do, they just kind of go away, and then eventually your building was the only one in the slices that was still being occupied and used, and the rest of the buildings did not. I don't know. I think the fear was a domino effect kind of affecting Byron's was the basic gist of it. And so, long story short, you have to move. And, like, what was it like going from, having to move and figuring out, like, what do I do? Like, what was your first thought? Were you at first just like, I guess we're done? Or were you like, we got to find somewhere else? Or, like, where are we going to find somewhere else? Or what did you do first?
I panicked. I handle stress by just totally shutting down, and that's what I did. And then 22 of my friends got together and said, we're going to form a committee, and we're going to save Byron's.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm going, oh, thank you. And because, like I said, I just shut down. And then I was having leg problems where I wasn't getting any blood to my foot. So I'm hurting that physically and mentally. But these 22 people jumped up and they started a GoFundMe. They threw a couple of benefit concerts for me that were just fantastic. Mm-hmm. The people that came and played for them, it was just unbelievable that these people would give their time to come and help me out.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I mean,
it was fantastic. I had my shut the fuck up sign all ready to raise every time people started talking. There was 350 people at that first one, and I never had to raise it once. Everybody was into the music, listening to it.
Yeah. That goes back to exactly what you said at the beginning. You have a family here at Byron's. When I'm here to watch music, it's the same people every time, and it's usually pretty packed. I was here not too long ago, super cold outside. It was like -20. And that was, I think, the Andy Jewell show. And it's every table in here was full. I was sitting over there because it was the only place to sit. And that was like one of the farthest away you could get. But it still sounded amazing. That was really fun. And again, it was just like, I know all these people in some facet or another. Might not be Facebook friends with them. We might not be acquainted, but I see them at every single Byron show. So it's got to feel good to have that family, around you.
It is, and I started altruistically, where I wanted to listen to live music and I needed people to help me pay for it. Mm-hmm. That's how I started. Mm-hmm. But the people that I have met doing that, it's just been amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the artists that I've met that are no longer with us, and it was just fantastic. How did a little bar in a little bitty town like Pomeroy be able to bring these people in?
Yeah.
I think it's just total luck.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
But one guy said to me, I asked him, why is this your favorite bar to play? And he said, well, you're nice. They're not nice to us out there. And I really, because I'm in it for the music. I think they're the talent. They deserve all the credit. I just provide a place for them to play.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing, though, is like they do have something. Like, not every place is a nice place to play like this.
That's what they keep telling me.
And it's not that there's a lot of bad places out there, but it's just one of those things. When you come to a place where it's just like, oh, yeah, this is... You just do what you do, and Byron does a drawing when you take an intermission, and everybody, people get prizes. You might win not a one-way or a two-way. You might win a three-way plug. Yes, if you've been here, you know what that's about. So if you haven't, get to a Byron show and win something at the drawings.
I don't know how they started. Just trying to get people in. It was I started out with a $10 cover charge, free drink, and chances at door prizes. And been a long run.
Yeah, the door prizes the one I always wanted, and this is going to sound crazy, and I've never gotten one. And I've been here a lot, and I've won a lot of door prizes. I've never got a back scratcher.
Is that? Yeah, it's well, talk to Linda Hearn. She has a couple of them.
Oh, it's so funny, because I always think about, this is the one most applicable thing I could probably need. And as funny as it sounds, I have 5 or 6 three-way plugs. I always seem to win those, but it's I want a couple photos of the show too. So, but yeah, I want a back scratcher. So if anybody's got an extra Byron's back scratcher, I might have something to trade for.
I'll look around. I might have some.
Oh man, it always seems like I need one sometime when I don't have one. So it'd be fun to just have one all the time.
I have them. I have one by my bed, one by my toilet, and one by where I sit and watch TVs.
Oh, absolutely. There's one right by the door at my house. So when you come in and out, there's just a couple little things you put your shoes here and whatever, and it's just oh, there's a back scratch, and you just come in, you're oh, that's nice. It's a nice way to just come into your house happy every single time.
At one time I found toilet plungers at Menards.
Oh yeah,
for $2.50 a piece. So I grabbed 25 of them and went up to the cash register with that. And she looks at me and she just goes, "Let me guess, motel." And I go, "Nope, door prizes."
Door prizes. I'm sure she was like, "What?" Okay.
Because I've always thought that a Byron show is an experience. I mean, you can hear about it and listen to somebody explain it and everything, but until you're here, you don't feel the love of the people in the crowd and all that, and hear the great music, and it sounds really good in here. I'm so happy that happened. I was really worried that it wouldn't sound as good as over there.
Do you think it sounds better or worse?
About the same.
About the same? Yeah, it's a similar type of building, and I think one of the things is once you get all the stuff on the walls, I mean, it's already pretty full, but I think you still have some stuff that you could hang if you needed to.
Yep.
So, once you get some stuff on the walls, it's well, this does sound pretty close to the same. It's almost like the energy of the stuff you brought over here and all the posters that are on the ceiling, which you still have a bunch of those left, don't you?
Oh, we could fill every spot.
Were you ever going to do that?
We'll see. Byron's world runs really slow.
So you ended up doing a couple of these benefit shows. Let's talk about some of those. The first benefit show, I know you did one at Phillips Auditorium, right? Yeah. Okay. Was that the first one that you had?
Yeah, that was, I think in April. That was all Iowa artists.
Okay.
Now, boy, I don't want to miss any of them, but Greg Brown came out of retirement to come and play 3 songs for my benefit.
Aww.
And I had Joe and Vicky Price, and I had David Zolo. And David Zolo, I have seen him a lot of times, but wow, was he on that day.
Yeah.
And I had Robert Deitch play, David G. Smith. Wow, I can't think of all of them. But anyway, I think I went through a box and a half of Kleenex that day, just from crying.
Yeah, it's That's got to feel, and I don't know the right word for it. I was gonna say magnanimous. I don't know. I would feel so big. It would feel like so much bigger than I was. That kind of stuff. Even if if something like happened to me and it was for my benefit, I would just feel so small, and I don't know how to describe it. I would just be like, I can't believe this.
Oh, it is. I can't believe. No, I just can't believe that many people know me, like me, whatever. It blew me away. I never feel worthy of it, but I'll take it. I mean, there are still nice people out there. So.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I like to think about this. I don't always listen to previous episodes when people are on, but I listened to like about half of our episode on the way here, and I was thinking about something when I said it in the first episode, and it still holds true today. Is when you go out and you say Byron, like people know exactly who Byron is. It's one of those things. There's only one Byron. I don't know any other Byrons, honestly, but like we all know it's you, and we all know you and what you do, and it's one of those things. You're small town Iowa, literally. Like I said it last time. I don't want to offend anyone. This is the middle of nowhere, and if there ever was a middle of nowhere in Iowa, this is pretty close to it. And there's a lot of people who know who you are just from the music, and that's something that's so fun that I think about that, and you talked about like in the first episode, like it wasn't always bands hitting you up. For a while you were kind of out there trying to find people that wanted to play here, and now it's most of the time people are getting a hold of you to book shows here.
Yeah.
And, it's even the musicians know who you are to come through here. I had Marvin on recently. I talked about this the last episode. You were a few episodes away from the Marvin episode I did, and I just did one recently with them again. They know who you are. They remember this place, and they were like, oh, that place closed, didn't it? And it's like, no, it moved. They got a new one. And so, we're going to have to hit them up because we didn't know that. So, boom, they come back through. And it was like, that's so cool, and I don't know. Those guys are so fun. I don't know. It's just so cool that you have a place like this. I don't know how to describe. Like, if you've never been here, you said it a bunch in the last episode. If you've never been here, you just don't understand. Like, the old place had a lot of stuff on the walls. This place is the same exact thing, just in a different building. It's got a vibe. It's got a feel. It has a life of itself, And
thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
And it's not something I tried to do. It's just how I am. I
feel like that, like especially small businesses.
Anybody that walks in this door is a friend of mine until they blow it.
Yeah. So don't blow it. No, I'm just kidding. Somebody just walked in. This place, it's fun too. There's like, we're recording in here and you have somebody else bartending. So last time, I think you were the bartender when we recorded the episode.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of interruptions last time.
But it was still a fun episode. But you got this new place here then. Let's say what was the second benefit show? I actually don't remember that one.
Well, that was a bunch of people from Nashville.
Okay.
And Kevin Gordon was the headliner of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Where was that at?
That was at the same place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess I don't remember the second one. Oh, but
it wasn't as well attended, but it was still just this fantastic music. That Amelia White was there too. She's coming up soon. Mm-hmm. I just can't believe that all these people would do this for me.
Yeah.
I just never ever feel worthy of it. But
well, if anybody ever should be worthy of it, it's you. It's the unassuming that deserve it the most. Yeah. So, the other one was at Lefty's, and which is really cool that in Des Moines.
Yeah.
In Des Moines, they were like, let's save a bar in Pomeroy, Iowa.
Yeah. I got a lot of friends in Des Moines.
Yeah, it's fun.
They're all my age, so they're older. That was really cool that they would reach out and do that for me. Mm-hmm. And I know the guy that runs the bar, and so that always helps. And
Yeah.
It's amazing that that Byron's has reached out there that far. Like I've had people tell me that one guy told me he was at a party in California, and somebody asked him where he was from, and he said, well, I'm from Northwest Iowa. And he goes, well, where? And he said, well, I'm from Pomeroy, Iowa. And he goes, oh, yeah, you ever been to Byron's? And he goes, well, yeah, but how the hell do you know about it? And he said, well, my brother's in a band, and he played there and said it was a really cool time.
That's fun. That's so fun.
Clear out in California, they know.
That's wild. I mean, that reminds me of a time. I think I was like on a Reddit type thing. So it's like basically you're on an internet forum where a bunch of people are asking things or like blah blah blah, and somebody's like Grateful Dead bars, like where are the best ones at? And they were like, it's not specifically like dedicated to being an only Grateful Dead bar, but there's one in Pomeroy, Iowa that you should go to. And it's just like, this is the big internet with anybody could say anywhere they want to and anywhere. And I don't know who this person is that's in this forum. Maybe they're from here, maybe they're not, but they're like, you should go to this place. And it's like, that's wild. I wasn't searching out like best bars to go to in Iowa. It was just like a random article link or something I clicked on and it took me to it. And it's like, I know this place. That's wild. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that know about this place. And I mean, like even, we talked Marbin, they're from Chicago. You got bands from all over the U.S. that have been here. What was it like trying to find the new place then? So like you secure some money with the 3 benefit shows. They got the organization around you helping you out with all the logistics and things like that, and just kind of being like, we need to find a new place. Let's all vote on it and kind of figure out what's best for everything going forward. Or how did that work?
Well, yeah, there's not a whole lot of buildings in Pomeroy anymore. So we looked into quite a few possibilities, and they just didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And the mayor mentioned that the community building might be for sale. And I immediately said, that'll never work because that was built by the community and they won't want to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. And then she told me about how many times it's been used in the last couple of years, and it's hardly ever used. Mm-hmm. And they have to keep it up, they have to keep it heated, keeping everything in it.
I mean, that's basically like you have to have like somebody managing the building with nobody's in it. It's like,
you got to keep it clean.
Yeah, it's like going into a house and flushing the toilets once a week or doing that whole thing or something. It's like, what do you? that's insane. They have to just pay someone to take care of a building.
So then they offered offered the building to me again, and I said, yeah, I think that would work out. Mm-hmm. And after a couple of months, we got it to happen, and I don't even know, in October or something like that, I took over.
October of 2024?
Yeah.
So how was there a span between the old place and new place where like that place is closed, this place isn't open, there's no actual Byrons that exists?
Yep.
How long was that?
Although the town rented me this place every Sunday from the 1st of August to whenever I bought the place.
Oh, cool.
Every Sunday I rented this place so that I could so my music continued because I already had it booked and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I'm booked almost to the end of the year now.
Oh, jeez. Get your bookings in now, ladies and gentlemen, for 2026.
I have 5 Sundays open in 2025.
and that's usually the days you have music is Sundays, correct?
Yes.
Yep. So you end up finding this place and you're like, all right, let's do this. What was it like trying to move everything out of the old place into this place?
Oh, wow. See, now these same 22 people plus came over and helped me box everything up and then stored over there until this place was available. And then they brought it all over here for me. And then my barmaid, Kirsten Lyon, and her husband, Josh, did almost all the work in here, along with Tyler Relander. And it's turned into a nice-looking bar. It's got the same vibes as the old place. And I'm just extremely happy. I feel it's easier to heat.
Oh, nice.
Wow, it's way easier to heat.
So that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure that means the bill is probably smaller to heat it, or is it not because it's a bigger place?
Well, yeah, it's a lot smaller. It's like half.
Mm-hmm. So you have everything and you got to move it over here. Like, what was it like packing everything up? Were you over there when everything was getting packed up and helping out? And
yeah.
There was a lot of stuff over there, but when you were packing it up, what was it? Were you like, there is actually way more stuff here than I thought there was? Because I mean, there's a few things like you had. I don't know, like a shelf that had like a little glass case on it, and there was like a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'm like, did you have to clear off all that stuff? And
yeah.
Oh, jeez, like that's so much stuff.
Yeah, as I'm continually putting it in there, I've thrown a few things away, but I still got a few boxes full of shit that I got to put up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you end up having to like move everything over here. One of the things I was thinking in my head was like, I wish there was a way where you could just go in and just like saw a whole wall down and just bring it in here and splat it right onto this wall. Like just take the wood and everything like right off the wall and just, I don't know.
I did have, I got 175 bricks from the old place.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I do have them. And then my brother-in-law, Kent Gray, went over and cut up some of the floorboards, and he's going to make me something out of that. So
oh, cool.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, that's going to be so fun. Oh, dealer's choice, too. So you don't know what they're going to make out of it at all?
No.
Oh, wow. That's going to be fun. Yeah, the bricks, the possibilities with that are endless. If everybody's listening, wherever you're listening, leave a comment with what you think Byron should do with the bricks. I mean, I could think about 100 different things, and I'm thinking like Byron's fireplace. You can put it on Etsy, sell it for $1 billion. I don't know.
Oh, I'm thinking of selling them $100 a piece.
Oh, I mean, at least, yeah. I mean, you could even go super crazy.
I'd sign it.
Yeah. You'd engrave them and do something wild with it and do like a tribute thing in here with them and be like, hey, well.
I do know I want to give my committee at least one of those bricks a piece.
Yeah. So, oh man, that'd be super fun. So you still have some pieces of the old place, like actually pieces of like the walls themselves out of the old Byron.
I got the toilet seats.
So, what are some of the things that you have put up here? I mean, you've put a lot of stuff. I mean, we're basically pointed where everybody plays music, which you can see the STFU sign up there that lights up when people are playing music. Google it if you don't know the acronym, I guess. But like, what are some things you haven't put up yet that you're like, I gotta get to that? Or are there some things that you were?
I got a neon guitar. I haven't got that put up yet.
Oh, that made me think. Is the free air guitars sign still around somewhere?
Wow, it's got to be.
Because that was one I remember in the old place. I was just like, this is the funniest thing. And that was like the first time I'd ever seen that joke. And it's like, I don't know. So that's one where.
Well, a guy that came to my shows brought me that. And he says, here, I'm going to lend you this. I put this outside my tent at all the festivals I go to. And you wouldn't believe how many people stop in and start talking to me. So he gave me that. He said, but it's just on loan. I want it back. And since then, he's passed away. So every time I look at that, I think of him.
Oh, that's fun.
But I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
Yeah. Do you have I'm sure a lot of the stuff in here has a sentimental attachment to it, where either somebody gave it to you or you got it from somewhere or something like that.
And a lot of that I don't remember.
Oh, sometimes that's fun.
The 70s were very, very good to me.
Yes. So let's see what else we got. So the new place is the old community center, and that one of my favorite things I saw somebody put on a poster was it's Byron's, and the address was under the water tower in Pomeroy.
Yeah,
which is a pretty easy way to find it when you're driving into Pomeroy. You're just like, just go to the big water tower and you'll be near it. You'll figure it out.
Yep, I think that's Jim Hirschberg.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So, like, what were some of your favorite memories from the old place? Let's talk about, like, your favorite shows. It's tough. I know you're going to, like, I don't want to pick just one. You can name 4 or 5 or whatever, but do you have a couple of favorite memories from the old place?
I remember getting Larry Meyer in there for the first time.
Okay.
That was kind of big, and I remember him saying, you might want to try Rob Lombard in Des Moines. He plays more for the audience. I play for myself. And he was right. Rob Lombard's a hell of an entertainer and an amazing guitar picker. He makes it look so easy, you don't really realize how hard he is working.
Yeah, I think.
And then I did, just some regional talent, and then March 4th, 2001, I got Todd Snyder to play Byron.
There's a picture of him right over there. There it is.
Yeah, that was my first national act, and boy, talk about being scared. What in the hell's going on? I didn't handle it well. I lost my ass on it. But what a show. What a fantastic show. And then I started getting a little more national acts. And then I had a Corey Stevens from California play. And the lights went out. You figure 5-10 minutes, the lights come back on. They didn't come on back on for 3 hours.
Like is that like all the power and everything, or
The
just
power
like,
in the whole
wow,
town.
Wow.
So we put up candles and flashlights, and he sat at a table and played acoustic guitar, and everybody had to be totally quiet to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But what a memory and everything.
Oh, that's wild.
And then he went back and told his management about what a cool place this is.
Mm-hmm.
And they called me up and said, we got canned heat in the area on such and such night. Would you like them the next night?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, that's my 50th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have this happen.
Nice.
So I had canned heat play for my 50th birthday. Wow, that was fantastic.
That's awesome.
And I've had several great shows since then. A lot of shows that I had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
And they just blew me away.
Sometimes those are the best. I can't tell you how many times I've been to shows and it's nothing like the opener was better, but it's like, I don't know who the opener is. And it's just like, I'm expecting nothing. You know, it could be good, could be bad, but sometimes it's just like, I really enjoyed that. You know, like you never know. Sometimes the people you don't know, they could be some of your favorites.
Yeah. I remember the first time Eric Taylor came into play. He's this, 6'5", burly man comes walking in, fairly long hair, and he just is intimidating as hell. And then he started singing, and my God, it was just like he pulled you in, and you not only didn't want to talk, nobody in the room wanted to talk.
Mm-hmm.
He just brought you into the story of every one of his songs.
I love that.
And then to come to find out how fucking well known he is and how respected he was, and then he kept coming back to my place.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Like that's another thing. Like sometimes you meet somebody or you run into somebody. It's like you don't know actually who this person knows or how many people this, how many places they've played or whatever, or like. And sometimes it's better not to know, and you just be genuine in yourself. And it's like, hey, this is everything we got. And just, sometimes I think it's Iowa hospitality though too, compared to different places.
Well, that could be. I always want to thank my folks for teaching me to be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it was just about a year ago that the great Paul Nelson passed away. Mm-hmm. And he played my place twice a year for several years. And talk about a big name, that he was so down to earth and gentle that you would never imagine how many people that he has met and been friends with. Just an amazing guitar player. He played with Johnny Winters. Mm-hmm. He actually saved Johnny Winters and got him out on the road again.
Oh, wow.
And it was like after meeting Paul Nelson for 5 minutes, you were friends for life with him. He's just such an amazing guy. And then he had a massive heart attack and died out on the road.
Oh, wow. What a way to go. Maybe the best way to go. Out on the road, doing what you love,
I had another one, David Olney. He was playing a singer-songwriter, and he was in the middle of the song, and he stopped and said, "I'm sorry," and put his head down, and he died.
Oh, wow.
He didn't drop his guitar, didn't fall off the bar stool. He just died.
Wow.
I bet it put a damper on the rest of the night.
That's fun.
But I bet, if you're a songwriter, theoretically, that's the way you want to go.
Yeah, poetic
with your
justice.
Boots on.
Yeah. I mean, that's the saying, isn't it? Die with your boots on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a whole lot of sense. Excuse me. So do you have any, this is going to sound like a weird question. Do you have any non-music favorite memories from the old place? Basically Byron's is known for music. There's music there at least one night a week, every single week, and it's a big to-do, It's not just like, oh, this place has music one night a week. It's like, no, this place has people coming from different towns to come here, like from 60 miles away plus, just to come here to watch music. So any non-music memories that are coming to your mind?
Oh, Jesus, I've had a blast for 29 years. Even during the week, it's, everybody. Mm-hmm. 90% of them you're happy to see come in. I won't tell who the other 10% are, but that's about the average.
It's me.
But yeah, It's a different crowd during the week than it is on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But it's just fun.
Yeah. What about the new place? What have been some of your favorite memories from the new place? How long have you say you've been here? Since like October?
Yeah.
So we're talking not quite half a year as the time of this recording. But like, what are some of your favorite things that have happened here so far? Because actually, what are some of your favorite things? Do you have like a favorite show that's happened so far, or any surprising or fun ones, or any fun stories about when you had to move everything in here, like the funny things that might have happened? Somebody slipped on a banana peel or something?
No, it was all pretty routine. I haven't had a bad show in here yet.
Yeah.
So in 29 years, there's only 2 people I didn't want back. And I won't say who they are either. But
I've been to 3 shows here, which is a pretty good average for me to go 3 shows in a year, which I'm usually like booked. And Sundays I'm just like, I'm not driving 60 miles, but I did drive. I guess it's like 47 miles or something one way, but like I did drive here to go see 3 shows, and it's like, I can't believe this place is stacked with good people playing here. You know, it's like he's got a lot of good people here, and I've missed a couple shows that I wanted to go to because I was out doing something else. So, but yeah, I mean, there's been a good lineup so far, like this last half a year at this place, and it's pretty cool that, you know, people are. They know, it's like, even though the building's different, they know it's the same thing. You know, it's weird because like it makes me think of like, you know, like somebody that's like a baker or something like that, and it's like, this place is the best, and then they move buildings and it's just not quite the same, even though everything's it should be better. You know, they've upgraded everything, and it's like, but the old stuff was what made it the thing. That's not the case here, you know. And so what kind of shows do you have upcoming here? Do you know off the top of your head who you have coming in?
Oh, well, I'm booked every Sunday till the end of August.
Oh, wow.
But Joe and Vicky Price are coming up Easter Sunday.
Cool.
That's going to be a great show. Mm-hmm. Boy, this weekend I've got Robert Deitch out of Nashville, and he's promoting a new CD. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's not a show coming up that I'm not looking forward to.
I mean, that's kind of the benefit of booking the shows. I remember you saying in the last episode that you kind of like, I kind of book the bands I want to see, so it kind of always works out, you know. Like,
well, I got some new stuff coming though. I got a band called Deja Vu coming.
Sounds interesting.
And I got another band called Not Petty.
Not Petty.
So I'm assuming that's going to be a Tom Petty type show.
Okay. Yeah. That's fun. I mean, you never really know.
Got a lot of regulars coming back and a bunch of new stuff booked, and I'm looking forward to the whole year.
Yeah. So you do have a Facebook page for sure. Is there any other social media that you use, or is it mostly just Facebook?
Mostly Facebook. I also have a website, www.byrons-bar.com.
Nice. I will put a link to that down below, byrons-bar.com. I'm writing it down right now, so you don't have to. So yeah, down below I'm just going to put all the links, byrons-bar.com. So,
and that has my upcoming show list to the end of the year. So.
Awesome. So you can check out all the shows there. I'm sure your Facebook also has a lot of stuff like that, because that's where I see all the flyers that get posted, and those are pretty fun. But like,
I should give props out to Dave Hearn and Jim Hirschberg for doing my posters for me.
Yeah, those are awesome. And you end up with 2 fun posters basically of every single show. And it's 2 different people on their takes on what the poster should look like. And it's just fun to see the 2 different styles. But while we're talking about, you know, like media and stuff like that, one of my favorite things about the whole Byron's has to move, and you were looking for a new place and people were going to do a benefit show for you, was the fact that, and this is going to sound wild, but I have the Wall Street Journal subscription. So I like, whatever. It just shows up at my house. I read some of it sometimes and whatever. That's not the point. The point is, I got it one day. I flip it over because I'm just kind of like looking at the front cover for a little while. Then I look down the corner. I see all this tie-dye. And I'm just like, there's freaking Byron's on the front page of my Wall Street Journal. And it's like, this is like world business news. And Byron is on the front page.
I know. Isn't that wild?
I had no clue what was going to happen. I knew that you were had attracted some press over the fact that you were trying to do a benefit show to save your bar, because it's small town music in Iowa. And, it just sounds good on paper. It's like, oh, small towns trying to save the music. It's a thing that every small town eventually seems to have to do, especially like schools and things like that. But this one like resonated so much with people that front page of the freaking Wall Street Journal.
I know, that was quite a, I had to talk with them quite a few times. They came and interviewed me. Then they brought cameras and everything to my final show over at the old place.
Oh, yeah.
And, we talked over the phone a lot. Took quite a while for it to come out, but wow, that was just unbelievable. And then this came out on a Friday. And on Sunday, these two guys walk in. And I said, "Are you here for the show?" And they go, "Yeah." And I go, "Where are you from?" And they go, "Reno." And they go, "Well, what the hell are you doing here?" We were in Chicago, and we read the Wall Street Journal and read about you. And we're driving on our way back to Reno, and we thought, let's stop and see what this place is all about.
That's insanity.
And I can't remember the show it was, but they stayed for the entire show, and then went up and got a motel room at Pocahontas where the band was staying too. Mm-hmm. So they haven't been back yet, but they will be.
Yes. If I want somebody out there to do the math and figure out like the show after the Wall Street Journal came out and the driving, it would have been this one. Somebody go out there and find it. Dig it up in the annals of. I know there's people that record every show. You've got this stuff organized somewhere. Figure out what show.
I don't have it organized.
I don't either, but I do know people that do that stuff. Like
Steve Ross tapes almost every one of my shows.
Yeah, it's funny. I like to leave him little messages after the shows are over, just like, "I love you," and just like sneak it in by his microphone real quick or something like that. But yeah, there's actually a table. It's behind us, but it's specifically for all the people that are going to record the shows. It's right there. You can get it right up front. That's front row.
The Grateful Dead taught me that.
Yes.
Once we're done with our music, I don't care what you do with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love that there's people like that out there that have a crazy catalog of only. I mean, like, live music only happens once, right?
Yep.
That's your thing.
You've got to be there.
Yes. And these people are capturing that lightning in a bottle and have a crazy catalog of all this lightning they've captured, which is like so fun to me. Just like what you could do with that catalog of music, or, I don't know. It's just super fun that people will collect that and re-listen to it. Because I know Steve does.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I think every one of the Grateful Dead shows were recorded.
Yep. You can go find them somewhere. So we talked Wall Street Journal. That was when you were trying to save Byron's. But before that, at the old Byron's, didn't like PBS come by, or Iowa Public Television?
Iowa Public Television did a show on me before I knew I was being shut down. Mm-hmm. And that was really cool.
Yep. That was I believe they came to like a jam night and filmed some people and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember watching
They came to a jam night, and then they also came and watched Brothers Burn Mountain.
Okay.
And I watched Brothers Burn Mountain being interviewed, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. But one line that they said that really resonated with me was they said, Byron humorously teaches you how to listen to music. I like that.
That is true. That is very
because
true.
Because I seriously think you got to sit and listen to music. Mm-hmm. It can't be the background, or you're not going to get it. You got to 100%. Sit and listen to it, and if you want to talk, go outside.
Yeah.
I'm here to listen to that. I don't want to hear you in the background talking.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's also the benefit of like owning the place and booking the bands.
And then, because it's on Sunday, I wasn't even open on Sunday. That was always a day off. Mm-hmm. So I brought music in on Sunday. Now this day is my day.
Yeah.
I can tell you to shut the fuck up.
That's your. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I love it. But Sunday. That's actually the best way to explain it. Sunday was, and in a sense still is, your day off. So that's your day.
Yeah.
So if you're going to book music and you're going to do it on your day off, and you're going to work, and now the place is open and it's not your day off, but it's still your day.
Well, it's amazing. usually the artist doesn't have a place to play on Sunday. They'd just be sitting in a hotel room where now they have an offer to play here. Plus then it's music here. If you don't know it's music's here, still shut the fuck up. But the people that are coming know that they came to listen to the music.
Absolutely.
So they probably shush people more than I do.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's like nothing worse than trying to give all your attention to something and somebody on the side is just like, and then I got a ham sandwich and I broke in half when I was picking it. It's like, I don't care about this story at all. I'm here to, I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then to have somebody up here singing their heart out, singing one of their most heartfelt songs where they're up there crying and everything, and in the background you hear a
oh gosh,
because they're talking about something else.
Oh my gosh, that is 100%. I mean, it's I don't know. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I have been shushed at Byron's though too. I will say that as well though. I've been a little bit too.
I actually was once too. So
yeah. Well, it's not like you can't talk at all, but you just can't be blathering like a.
You just don't have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
if you turn and says, "Jesus, wasn't that great?"
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
But then just start. Yeah, I made this breakfast pizza the other day, and this is how I did it, and this is how I did it. No, I don't want to hear that.
You think breakfast burritos are better than breakfast? I think breakfast sandwiches are better. They have to be croissant, though, because not bagel. And it's like, get out of here. I don't know. It's just so funny when people are talking. Like, I don't want to hear those stories anyways. It's just funny. I don't know. Maybe people don't want to hear what I'm talking about right now, but still, like... The music here is probably my favorite thing about coming here. I don't come here a lot on weekdays unless I'm here to do something or I'm with somebody, and it's usually Clint Riedel if I come here, because that's one of the reasons I come here a lot. I've actually played here a few times. Most of it is because of Clint as well. So I got to give a shout out to Clint. Now he's a local guy. He lives in
he moved to Pomeroy.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's super fun. So you've had PBS and Wall Street Journal here. And then, I don't know, there was a couple other publications that were slightly big. I don't remember any of them, but I do recall, was it the Storm Lake newspaper, which is close by, but that got a lot of attention not terribly long ago for, being a big deal. So, I think they did an article on you, I remember, and there's...
Oh, they put my music in there every week in the What to Do pages.
Oh, nice.
Art Cullen has been a huge influence in getting me money and coverage. I only met Art because he started coming to my music, and then he becomes a Pulitzer Prize winner, and he writes a book about Northwest Iowa called Storm Lake, and there I am in there, 2 pages about Byron.
It's wild. Wow. Yeah, I remember hearing that, and I was just like, Pulitzer Prize guy, Storm Lake, that it just doesn't line up, but neither does national artist goes to Pomeroy, Iowa, plays music, wows hundreds. It's that doesn't.
Kinky Friedman played Byron's twice.
It's just so fun that's a thing. I don't know. Oh, man.
Walter Trout played Iowa.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Commander Cody played Byron's.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want to see who's playing Byron's upcoming, the website, once again, it's down below, but it's www.byrons-bar.com. Otherwise, the Facebook link is down below as well. You do have some upcoming shows. I do also want to touch on the fact that you have jam nights still. Do you still do writers, songwriter night, or?
It's jam night is first Thursday of the month, and the second Thursday of the month is singer-songwriter night. But I just don't get many people to come to that. The jam night has turned into really a lot of fun.
Yes. I love going to jam nights because you never know who's going to be there and you never know what's going to happen. And it could be, as a musician, the way I always look at it is it's almost like comedians that go up on stage and they're bombing, but it's funny to them that they're not being funny. That's kind of how I feel about music when you're up there and you're just like, well, we barely got through that song, guys, but we got through. There's a few of those, but sometimes it's that lightning in a bottle where you're just like, holy cow, I can't believe these people are up there just goofing around and it sounds this good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know.
Because they play from the heart when on jam nights.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for the money or the accolades or anything like that. They're just up there having a good time.
Exactly.
And most of them that come are pretty talented people.
Yeah. Does Clint host those?
Yeah, Clint hosts my jam nights.
Clint Reed will host those. The first time I was over here, actually, at the new place was for a jam night. And where we're at, and when you walk in the building and you turn to your right, that's where the music is. That's where we're pointed towards. If you sit at this table, you are front row center with music here. But the first jam night I came to, I came in the door and turned to the left, and that's where everybody was at. What made you switch the stage from that side to this side?
Well, I used to have them on that side. There's just a little alcove there that just looks perfect for a band. And I was happy with that. And then I had a couple of people said, no, I should switch it over there. And I was against it, but I thought, well, if I didn't try it, they'd be giving me shit the rest of my life. So we tried it out, and I love it over here.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a view of the place. The sound goes out to the entire room.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that because it's like you said, it's a small little alcove. It's like back like 3 or 4 feet kind of looking types, that room, but like that side of the room. But at the same time, like if the band is over there and you're sitting at the bar, you kind of have to like look around and down the wall to see the band. So yeah, it does make sense having it over here. Everyone can kind of see it from where they're at. Yeah, I mean, I've come here for jam nights. It's always some of my favorite things. Just coming here for jam nights and just seeing who's here. This is like, the older I get, the more I'm just like, if I don't play, it really doesn't bother me that much, at a jam night. I'll get up there and play maybe if somebody asks me to or whatever, but like sometimes I'll help host them or whatever. But yeah, it's fun. I've come here a few times and just hung out for the jam night. People are like, you gonna play? I'm like, I didn't bring anything. I don't know, unless somebody wants to loan me their instrument, then usually somebody will. But sometimes I just sit here and have a pizza and a soda and enjoy the music and go home, and it's I like to be a spectator just as much as the next guy, I think.
Oh yeah, and Pasquale's Pizza too, by the way.
Absolutely. That's the tie that me and Byron has. That's the 3 degrees of separation there. Is Pasquale's is from Humboldt, and that's where I'm from. And he serves Pasquale's Pizza here. And that's why I come all the way over here, because the pizza tastes better when it travels 44 miles. That's the delicious zone. It has to go 44 miles before it tastes good. So you got shows coming up. We talked about your benefit show. We talked about going from old Byrons to new Byrons, but it's still just Legendary Byrons. That's one of my favorite things about this place is, did you name it Legendary Byrons, or was it somebody just said it and then it stuck?
Yeah, I didn't name it Legendary. I named it Byron.
Yeah. Think about how like double self-centered that would be to not only name it after yourself, but like Legendary Peter's podcast. Like,
I can't remember when I first started calling it that, but
it's stuck.
But it is. I've been doing it for 29 years now, and I'm in the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm Wall Street Journal, front page. Wow.
The last episode we recorded, it was like a week until your 24th year. So yeah, it has been 5 years since we did our last podcast together, which is crazy. And it's crazy how much happens in 5 years. I mean,
no shit.
It's
one
like
day.
But I don't know. I'm glad this all worked out for you, because like for a while it was just like tense. It was like, is Byron's going to close? What's going to happen? It doesn't feel, again, from an outsider's perspective, and I try to keep everything very pragmatic and level-headed. And it's just like, it doesn't seem like anybody's right or wrong here, but it seems very unfortunate that Byron's has to close because the rest of the buildings have to go, but then it all ended up working out.
Yeah.
And I feel like it worked out for the better because it's a bigger building, which could be good or bad, I guess, depending on what you think about it.
Well, last year I was pretty much depressed the entire year, but my friends jumped in and helped me get through this, and now I'm over here. I feel like I'm better off over here. I'm having a blast again. I am happy again. I see a future again, and I can't thank those 22 people enough.
Well,
I don't know if I'd be here today except for them.
Well, the 22 people know who they are. I'm going to say that.
Well, I don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
Dave Hearn, Steve Irwin, Ree Irwin, Roger Feldhans, and et al. I can't thank them enough.
Well, that sounds like a great way to end this, because I'll tell you what, life is all about having some friends and helping each other out and lifting each other up when they need it.
I'm the richest fucker out there.
Yeah.
I have more money in memories than Elon Musk.
Man, I'll tell you what, having a place like this, you're creating legendary memories is what you're doing for you and everyone else that comes here to enjoy them with you. And like you said, man, I feel like that is such a great way to say it, though. You're so rich with just the memories of everything that you've had and been through, and all the friends you have, and all the networking you've created, and everybody that knows you from across the United States and probably further. Reno, Nevada, coming here. What the heck? That's insanity. Oh, man, just driving through. Let's see what it's all about. Let's make a small detour over to Byron's. So, I recommend everybody come to Byron's. It's not too far of a drive. Just come on over to Pomeroy. No matter where you're listening to this, I guarantee it's not that far to come here. Come for a jam night. Come for a show. Come during the weekend. If you're just kind of bored and out doing nothing, just swing on over, have a pizza, say hi to Byron. You know him now. You heard him on the podcast. So, tell you what, next time I'll have you on, I won't wait 5 years, but let's hope nothing else changes and you don't have to move again. I hope my podcast wasn't the reason, that wasn't the butterfly's wing effect that's caused you to move.
I don't believe so.
Was there anything else we want to cover on this before we take off?
No, live music every Sunday at Byron's, 109, 111, whatever, Ontario Street, Pomeroy, Iowa.
It's under the water tower, guys.
Under the water tower.
And when you're here, shut the fuck up. There, I got one in. Thanks, Byron.
Thank you, Peter.
There we go. I love it. What a good episode. Byron is such a fun guest. He's fun to talk to. I love going over and watching music there. I love playing music at jam nights there. I've been lucky enough to play a couple shows at both venues as well. Byron is just it's tough to describe the atmosphere there. It's just a bunch of people coming from literally, I said it in the episode, like 60 plus miles away, converging on one location to enjoy music. And it's amazing. It's amazing what it is. It's a bar that, in all seriousness, like, I don't think it should exist, but it does, and it's magical. And that's the reason it does exist. And if you've never been there, you got to go check out a show. Just go check out one show there. There's, like I said, shows every week, every Sunday. There's a jam night. You got to go to the jam night there if you're into jamming. Singer-songwriters, hit that singer-songwriter night up. I don't think it's one of those things, like when people are like, I played in Nashville or whatever. Like, this is the Nashville of Iowa right there at Byron's. I don't know. It's just that one place where you can just be like, I played there once. And if I was a singer-songwriter, which maybe I'll just write a tune so I can go there and play one and say I did it, you know? And I don't know. It's just such a fun place. It's a great place to be. If you've never been there, you got to check it out. Check out the links down below. Make sure you follow, subscribe, find a show you want to go to, and just commit. Go to the show. It's going to be so fun. I still can't believe there's some people who have never been there. But again, it's out in Pomeroy. Maybe people don't know about it. I don't know how you wouldn't know about it. It was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal. Holy smokes. All right. Okay. That's enough pontificating. Byron, great to have you on the episode. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Check out their podcast, FDT. I got a link to their website down below. You can also check out anything that has anything to do with Audible Farm down below. There's all the social media links. If you want to help out the podcast in some way or another, you can buy some stuff on the shop, or you can go to the Patreon and watch the episodes a day early. It only costs $1 a month. That's like $0.25 an episode. I don't think that's asking too much, but then again, hey, maybe you don't want to give up $1 a month. I wouldn't blame you. So just wait the extra day. Just keep listening for free. That's totally cool too. I'm just glad people are listening. The best way you can support the podcast is to tell someone about it. Just be like, hey, Byron was on this episode. You got to listen to it. You just have to listen to it. It's so good. Fast forward to this part. It was my favorite part. If you guys have a favorite part, leave it in the comments. What's some fun stuff that you guys learned about Byron's on this episode, or what was something you wished I would have asked him? I had him for a whole hour. I should have asked more questions. Even when I listen back to these, I'm like, I should have asked this, I should have asked that. What should I have asked him? Or what was something that's fun that you learned about Byron? That's about it. That's about all I got for the podcast this week. Check it out, audiblefarm.com. That's where basically everything's at. All right. Peace.